Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, otherwise known as TMNT, has been around for 40 years. It is still going strong with new media, such as the 2024 Tales of TMNT on Paramount+. It all started when two New Englanders, a guy from Maine and another from Mass, collaborated in Dover, New Hampshire to create various comics projects. These two creators are Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird. They created Mirage Studios. Then, by November of 1983, after drawings of turtles with ninja weapons, such as nunchucks, Lord and behold, a big creation was born. The very first TMNT comic was published in May of 1984. Eventually, other creators, such as Stephen Levine, who went to high school with Laird, Jim Lawson, and Michael Dooney, joined the team.
When did you start working for the Mirage comics?
I started in 1985.
What was the first Mirage comic book that you did?
I actually did the lettering for issue 5, the first run of the book. So issue 5 was my very first comic.
Yes, I think I remember reading issue 5.
They went to space. The turtles go to space. They meet Fugitoid in space, and it was actually the very first color cover.
Wow.
So that was the very first. The other covers were either blue, red, green, and one other color.
How did you meet Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird?
So I went to high school with Kevin Eastman, and I met Peter Laird at their very first Comic Con.
Wow. Where was their first Comic Con?
It was in Portsmouth, New Hampshire.
Portsmouth, New Hampshire.
Yes.
I wonder if they do Comic Cons to this day.
Well, they did one this year in May, to the 40th anniversary.
40th anniversary,
Yes.
right here in Portsmouth.
In Portsmouth, New Hampshire, yes.
So in a way, the Turtles are a part of New England as well as New York.
Well, they're more New England because we were in Massachusetts most of the time working on them. Kevin and I are both from Maine. Pete's from Massachusetts. So most of the guys in the studio were all from New England one way or another.
New England Turtles writing about New York City.
Well, yeah, exactly.
And from what I saw in the pictures as I was about to meet you, I thought that you did the 1987 series as well.
Yeah, I worked on. So I worked on the comic books mainly, but then when they became a cartoon, I did a lot of the licensing art. So video game boxes, all the different stuff. I did a lot of that art.
So you did the arts for the 1987 series.
Yes, yes.
That is so amazing. And what are you doing for the Turtles franchise nowadays?
I still do a lot of stuff. I do a lot of packaging still. I worked on the packaging for the Shredder's Revenge video game that came out just recently. I do a lot of covers. Anything people ask me to do. Just like the old days, we say yes.
All right.
Very nice meeting you.
Pleasure to meet you, Steve.
Yes.
When did you get into the Turtles franchise?
So, I was always going to be an artist, and I went to art school, and I got a degree in illustration. And at that point in my life, I was probably early 20s. I had read and enjoyed comics when I was much younger, probably early mid-teens, and then kind of got out of it. So, I had never heard of it before this meeting. And how that happened was I had a friend of a friend who knew Peter's wife. And she told Peter's wife about me, who told Peter, and a meeting was arranged to meet Kevin and Peter. Like I told you, I'd never heard of the Turtles. I just loved to draw, and my style was my first. And so I put my portfolio, something like the table here, and went to met Kevin and Peter, and they liked my art. They asked me if I wanted a job. My first job was inking. Yeah, inking. So like, you know how like a comic page, you draw it all out with pencils first, and then another guy goes through and so I started off as an inker, and then during all those years with the studio, I grew into more like a pencil, and then kind of writing came after that. So I've done everything, and I stayed with the Turtles for like over 30 years, I think.
So you've been there since the 90s?
I started, I think, in '86, and stayed with them exclusively and consistently until 2009, when the Turtles were sold to Nickelodeon, and at that point, I became more like a freelancer, and I did my own stuff, but I continued to work with the present owners, making like cover books, or in one of the recent books I did, I think, an 8-page story, so I still do work with the characters, but I'm not, my association with the Turtles now is like former Turtles.
Did you work in any of the animated series at all, or just the comics?
No, just the comics. It was funny. The animated series was kind of all done by the animation company. I don't think Mirage had much to do. Mirage, the original publisher, had much to do with that. I don't even think they did like designs, character designs, or anything. And there was one point where the toy company, they were looking for toy designs. I did do a couple of those that got made, but I found that my love was the puzzles, and I wanted to stay and concentrate on that. Yeah. I am.
Oh, man, can you hear it?
When did you start working with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
Am I supposed to get
Mid-80s.
Mid-80s.
Originally, I just helped out inking the black and white comic, and then I did some issues of the comics, and I wrote in movies, and I did my books, and I did action figures, and I did all kinds of licensing art. And I come here.
Wow. And I noticed that you did other comics as well, such as Archie comics.
I did the first piece.
The first three comics. Wow. Happy 40th anniversary. Pleasure to meet you.
And you.
The Turtles were originally going to be named Japanese names, but the creators decided to make it even more interesting by giving them Renaissance artist names. Leonardo, Michelangelo, and Raphael were easy to name. Coming up with the fourth name was harder. Donatello was going to be named Bernini because Eastman liked Bernini more. As a result, there was a debate for 2 weeks between the pair of them. Then they decided to do a coin toss, and Donatello was chosen. Since the Mirage TMNT comics were parodies of superhero comics at the time, Master Splinter was inspired by Daredevil's master named Stick. The villain of the comics, Shredder, was named after a cheese grater in a kitchen, as Eastman was doing the dishes one day, and he ran the grater like a villain, which inspired Shredder's design. Eastman almost named the villain the Grater, but Laird suggested that the Shredder would be a better choice. Because the comics became a big success, we have 40 years of different movies, books, toys, and TV shows. Here are some of the voices from over these years.
Don't be so lazy. Leave me alone. I'm trying to watch my cartoons.
Is that what you really say to them?
No, I probably say something like, we gotta think of something fast. Or turtles fight with honor. Butt cannons? It has butt cannons?
You're calling out to your bestie?
Hey, pipe down. I'll back you.
Yeah, but can he lick his own eyeballs?
What I like to tell them is, don't mess with the turtle van. They keep fooling with it, and I keep trying to keep it safe, and they ruin it every single time. It drives me crazy. Other than that, they're great.
You don't mess with me, hon, or my family. I'm coming after you with my whole golf flag and my hockey mask and my hockey stick and my baseball bat.
Hey, Mikey, what is your favorite thing to say?
Whoa, dude. I'm sorry, do that. Are you kidding? It's gotta be Cowabunga!
When the Mirage comics were successful, Eastman and Laird wanted to license their characters and sell merchandise such as action figures. They soon made a deal with Playmates Toys to sell their merch if they got a cartoon. Thus, the 1987 series was born, which lasted for 10 seasons. In the Mirage comics, the Turtles had red bandanas. But starting with the show, the creators from Fred Wolf Studios dished out the color scheme so audiences could tell the Turtles apart better. Leonardo wears blue, Michelangelo in orange, Donatello in purple, and Raphael got to keep his original color. These four colors became a staple of the TMNT franchise to this day. The popularity of TMNT has led to generations of movies, more comics, and even other shows. After 25 years of Mirage Studios owning the TMNT, they sold it to Viacom, now called Paramount Global, in 2009. Since then, TMNT is still growing more generations of various audiences. People also tend to explore the older content as well as the new. Now let's see what the fans have to say. Who is your favorite character?
Donatello.
Donatello?
Yeah.
What do you like about him?
He's cool, he's fun, he just his own self and keep it however you want to keep it. You don't fall out of character.
And Donatello is like, I only have 6 fingers, wait!
That's the reason why I like it, because he always talk about his fingers and something. That's why I like him, because he reminds me of me when I'm in bundle, when I'm telling people to hold on, I only got 6 fingers.
Shredder, face me!
Bring it on.
And foot butts? I'm gonna kick your butts!
Yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. He was in a hot shell, turtle power. Here we go with the lean green ninja team. On the scene, cool teams doing ninja things. So extreme after sewer like laser beams. Get rock with the shell shock pizza kings. Can't stop these radical dudes. The singular ooze and the chosen few emerge from the shadows to make them move. The good guys win and the bad guys lose. Leonardo is the leader in blue, does anything it takes to get his ninjas through. Donatello is the fellow, had to lay off the seats. Raphael got the most attitude on the team. Michelangelo, he's one of a kind, and he knows where to find him when it's party time. After Splinter taught him every single skill they need to be one mean, lean, green, incredible team. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Heroes in a half shell, turtle power.
When did you first hear about 2012 TMNT?
I don't know. I remember being in elementary school and watching like 2012 episodes every day in between class and swim team, which was like, there was like this little tiny bit of free time and I was always watching Ninja Turtles in between there. And I was like in between, I think that was going on for like a while. I remember it clearly in like 4th and 5th and 6th grade though.
When did you first heard about that 2012 TMNT was coming out?
So when I was younger, I used to watch Nickelodeon all the time. I think specifically it was like in the 200s channel, and I think I just saw like the general advertisement for the show when I was younger, and I was very much into like the more boyish, like labeled cartoons to kids. So, like I love Power Rangers. I gravitated towards TMNT because of that, and then just watching the show, I really fell in love with the characters, especially Donatello's character, because I'm a nerd. I really vibe with those types of characters, so yeah, that's where I heard about it.
Casey? Oh, hi.
What's your favorite 2003 TMNT turtle so far? I don't know, probably still Michelangelo because he was always my favorite. He was my favorite since I was a kid. I think he would always just be my favorite no matter what.
Michelangelo.
Go, Mikey! Go, Mikey! Go, 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 Mikey! Battle Nexus champion!
And what was it like waking up early in the morning on a Saturday just to turn on the TV and watch all these cool cartoons, including TMNT?
Oh, it was a blessing. You know, me and my siblings, we enjoyed watching it. We used to run downstairs, wash up real fast, get our favorite bowl of snacks, whatever, and sit down in front of the TV and watch it. That was something we enjoyed doing. Cousins and family, we enjoyed watching it every time it came on, every Saturday.
You guys are Compassion, right?
Yep, absolutely.
What's up, Mikey?
Not much.
I didn't watch the new ones that they became all buff, like they've been in the gym all day. I stick to my old school Ninja Turtles.
So you watched the 1990s movies as well?
Yeah, I liked all of them. I watched the ones in the 80s and 90s and all the way up. And I never watched the old ones because they looked real funny. Ever since they got fat and blew all up from all that pee stuff.
It's 2012. Yes, I've watched some of the 1980s versions and a little bit of the 2003 version with you. Yeah, but I watched the 1986 version with my mom. 1987. I'm sorry. Oh God.
2012 Casey? Oh my God, you killed Donnie!
Do you like the fact that Donatello has a crush on April?
I felt like that was a nice plot point to show that on top of being friends, there was also that romantic tension between the two of them, which obviously added more to their relationship for what they had to overcome in later seasons, especially when there was that part of the season where the aliens took over New York and they had to go to the woods where April's family grew up, and that whole dynamic helped a lot with the sub parts of the plot there. And yeah, I did like it. It added a little bit extra to the show, so it wasn't just all fighting. It was more about the relationship aspect too, not just romantic, but also what is their friendship? What is that dynamic between all the different characters as well?
What is your favorite season? I don't know. I liked. I'm trying to think. Probably season 1 to 2, just because that reminded me of the original base. Even though it all goes through it, I don't know. I like the way it goes and the Krang invasions for some reason. Those are my favorite episodes. So probably season 1 and season 2, because that's when those.
What is your favorite season of TMNT and why?
I don't know which number it was, but it was towards the end when they were going through the different dimensions and space, because in the space one,
Seasons 3 and 4, I'm assuming.
I think so.
Because in the beginning of season 4, they went off to space, and in the finale of season 3, Fugitoid found them, and it was actually based on the comics, the Mirage comics.
Yeah, that one. And I was really excited about that because when I was watching that season with Fugitoid, I was like, why does this voice sound familiar? I searched it up. It's David Tennant, one of my favorite doctors from Doctor Who. And I was like, oh my God, my favorite Scottish man. Well, is he Scottish? I think he is.
Yes, he is.
Okay, I'm correct in that. Okay, so I was so excited because he just voices the most niche characters in shows. He was Scrooge McDuck in that reboot.
Yes, I loved DuckTales.
So I was just so excited just to see him in the show, and then just I kind of liked the aspect of them going to space because it was kind of different from obviously being in New York, and then the whole dimension season where they were just popping around, and I think there was one time where they were doing that anthropomorphic bunny samurai from the comics.
Oh, Usagi Yojimbo, or Miyamoto Usagi.
Yeah, I really liked those specific plot lines because it was kind of different from what they were doing originally in the first couple seasons.
This is the end of the TMNT video. Now, a special message from Townsend Coleman, myself, and Sydney.
Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3.